Hey guys, Charles from Halt's Boots here, and today I'm going to be doing an in-depth review on the Adidas Crazylight Plus. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and unbox the Adidas X Crazy Fast Plus, and I wanted to just look at this box real quick. I mean, just how cool is that? Limited collection, obviously. Just the like red fade to orange, just yellow, and then green in there. And it's just a really well done box. I think it's the coolest box, at least in the last 2-3 years. The only thing I think that could maybe rival this was that Predator Freak Plus in the egg. They only think made 500 of those or something. And that was just, I don't even think it's that cool of a box. It's just cool because it looks like an egg. So, I mean, we're gonna go ahead and open these up now. And I have already opened them and looked at them before, so I don't know how well you can see, but they're not really wrapped well in the paper, and that's just because I've already taken them out. And I didn't want to take the time to properly wrap them back up and then put them back in the bag. So let's see here, we get a really nice bag, and we have a change to the logo. Usually it's just the traditional X logo that they've been using, and then whatever model it is, so Speed Flow, Speed Portal, but looks like they just changed the X ever so slightly. I don't know if that's just because it's limited edition or if this is the new X logo we're gonna see, but that's kind of cool. And then also they came with extra laces here, and it's just a little bit thicker, probably your more traditional like X laces, I would say. And then we shut that and we look at these boots here. These are fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic boots. They look insane. This Soleplate is probably the coolest holographic Soleplate I've seen, I want to say ever, on any sort of Adidas model. So I mean, that's just another really cool touch. I mean, it even fades from green to red on the Soleplate, not even just the boot. So I mean, it's even like, it's green on this entire half of the boot completely, and then red, pink on the other, whatever kind of color you think it is. So these are just phenomenal right out of the box. I really think these are some stunning boots. And right out the box, I mean, you can just tell that these boots are completely different than the Speed Portal. I mean, they're lighter, it looks like a lot nicer of a boot. The material doesn't feel as plasticky. I mean, if I remove this little, just like kind of a form holder, I forget what those are called, but I mean, you can just see like, it's not as plasticky, it feels a lot nicer. I feel like the touch on the ball with these is gonna be a lot nicer. Obviously, you know, we have this, the same sole plate and everything like that, except it's plastic, no Carbotex, and you know, it still has that really good snapback there. You know, it takes a little bit of effort to get it, but yeah, so that's really cool. One thing that's kind of crazy about these, and I don't know how well you can tell with the lighting, but this tongue, it's a complete tongue again. We haven't had tongues like this on boots since, on the X model, ever. I think since the F50, this is the first time we're getting a legit tongue again. That's actually like free flowing and you know, like they used to be, like you can like take them out and whatnot. So that's really kind of cool there, and it's all the way, it detaches at the bottom like a normal tongue, and then obviously just has a little loop there for the laces to go through. So that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that in a while, and I kind of miss having tongues on boots. So, and I don't know, I'm just weird about that, but I always really like tongue on boots. So that's cool to see there, and just, you know, overall, this I really think is going to be an upgrade from the Speed Portal. It's lighter, it doesn't have a lot of crap in the heel like the Speed Portal did. It feels a lot more plush, a lot more softer. It's a nicer like suede soft material. And I really don't have any complaints about this boot. I mean, just the color is cool and everything about it is just fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to just seeing how well these boots perform when I go to put them on feet. But now we're gonna kind of just transition into the portion. We're gonna transition into just like the tech specs, because I just wanted to get a video out so you guys could get a better look at these. And then next week, I'll probably put out like an on feet portion of them. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the tech specs. This is a video where I'm just going over the tech specs and my just overall thoughts. Initially, I will be doing a full on-foot review next week or maybe a week and a half from now, just so I allow myself enough time to wear them. But I did want to just kind of show you guys up close and kind of just get everybody familiar with the new tech that's coming out and just kind of get an overall of the new boots. So we're gonna start with the tongue, and finally we have a tongue again. I said that in the unboxing, but I'm really excited about this. It is very thin. It's very malleable. You can twist it around. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. It's not gonna offer any sort of protection if you catch a stud, get stepped on, anything like that. and it's not like a thicker tongue like we saw on some of the F50s, where I would argue that tongue made the boot even better because of how plush it was. This tongue is just here to exist, so that's all I would say it does, and I'm assuming it's gonna slide. Like if you have wider feet like me, the tongue's probably gonna slide down to the side either way, so there's not really much you're gonna be able to do about that. But again, I am just happy to have a tongue. So talking about the upper, it is the Aeropacity Speed Skin Plus. Technically, it's a new technology, and I mean, I guess it is. It definitely feels a lot more like sandpapery without like a lot of grit, if that makes sense. I think it will offer a lot more just grip on the ball than the Speed Portals did. Even though the Speed Portal had that like micro rubber texturing here and there, this doesn't really have it. And I'm hoping I'll be able to show you kind of some B-roll, but this actually does have like a wavy like pattern to it that's very, very small. And I'm not talking about like these waves here, like these black and red and green waves. It's like super, super tiny, and it looks almost like stitching, but it's not. And it's all over the boot, so I think that's going to provide some extra grip on the ball. And although the upper is very, very thin, so again, I said with the tongue, there's no protection, and there's going to be no protection if you get stepped on with these boots. And one thing I've never really understood is why people are looking for protection in football boots. You're playing football, you're gonna get stepped on. I mean, I get it if you're somebody who's a defender, but to be honest, there's not much you can do about it. And this is a boot that will not be durable if you catch a stud. It is so thin, it's gonna be like the Ghosted. You catch one stud, this boot's ripped pretty good. I mean, I don't think it'll be able to survive anything, even like an FG stud or maybe even an AG stud. I think if you catch a metal stud, these boots are gonna be done. So be careful, not much you can do about that, but just something to think about when you're looking to purchase these. If you have, or if you're looking to, just be aware if you catch a stud, these boots are done. So now the inside of the boot, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see, has this aero cage technology, and that's what they're calling the new frame. Basically, it's the same, so all this green felt here on the back of this material is almost the same exact stuff that makes up the aero cage, and I'll see how much I can open this up for you guys. But so you see this like white piece here, that's actually just like a see-through part, and then you have this like rib here, this like green rib right there, and then it goes all the way down inside the boot. So, you know, you kind of just have like the see-through parts to maintain the lightweight, and then you kind of have that aero cage providing some stability, although I really don't think this is providing you much like stability in the boot overall. It's just a very, very lightweight boot, and you know, that's what happens when you get lightweight boots. Also, I don't know how well this boot will survive a durability standpoint. I'm gonna mostly be wearing it on turf. Maybe I'll wear it on grass a couple times, but I haven't really been able to train much on the grass because of just how hard the ground is, and I just can't wear studs out there because it hurts my feet a lot. So I just don't know how well this is gonna survive on turf. I think I'm actually gonna train in these tonight if I get the B-roll done in time, and then I'll kind of start to see how well they do after the first and second session, but I'm not holding my breath. For $300, I think I paid $320 something because I bought them from Unisport. You know, it's probably gonna rip pretty fast, and I'm really hoping it doesn't, but I think it will, so I'm not holding my breath on that one. Moving on to the sole plate, it is now called the Aeroplate, although it's the same exact thing as the Speed Frame sole plate that we saw on the Speed Portal, so nothing at all has changed. I mean, it doesn't have the Carbitex, it is all plastic, so maybe that's what they wanted to call the sole plate when they moved away from the carbon fiber, like the second half of the life. I want to see using the last third of the Speed Portals, like runtime, had the just the plastic and no carbon fiber. So maybe they wanted it to go to the Aeroplate, and we've seen both Nike and Adidas reuse sole plates and names on the sole plates, like the Hypervenom 3 sole plate was on the Phantom Venom SG Pro, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the Phantom Venom SG Pro versions had the Hypervenom like labeling on there. So, you know, this is still the Speed Frame sole plate in my opinion. They look exactly the same. It's nothing different whatsoever, including the name on the sole plate. So if you like that sole plate, I think you'll like this one just fine. It's still got that snapback you can see here. So, you know, it is a good sole plate. I did not mind the sole plate at all. I don't think that's what really bothered my feet like for the Speed Portal. I think it was just the material of the Speed Portal. So I'm hoping, you know, that this sole plate will still perform well, and that because this boot has a tongue, because of how thin the material is, it'll stretch better. And I think overall that will do my feet justice and cause a little bit less pain. So that's about all I have for you guys today, other than a couple small other details. So you can see here that, well, maybe you can't. So this has the felt on the inside. It has red, and then this one has green. So that's another cool detail. And then also the X logo on the like insole is green for this one, and then red on this one. So kind of like a little bit of what Puma did, except not as quite flip-flopped. But again, I didn't actually notice this until I already had them out of the box and was doing the unboxing on them. So that was kind of interesting that I saw that. One quick thing, I forgot to mention the padding on the inside of the heel here. It's a lot less thick, so it has a lot less mass and volume in it, and it feels a bit more plush, and I feel like it's not gonna be in the way as much. When I was wearing the Speed Portal, that's something I felt, is that you could just really feel that padding in the back of the heel. It was the same for the Ghosted, I believe, had the same issue. So it's either Ghost or the Speed Flow, where I didn't appreciate it as much. But I'm thinking that finally this will be a really good like heel counter, and I think they did this just because this boot is lightweight. It's actually called the Crazylight Plus, not the Crazy Fast Plus, which I also didn't realize till after I already did the unboxing, so I might have said the Crazy Fast Plus. And you know, sometimes we all make mistakes, so there's that. One last thing I'll leave you guys with. I'm not sure if the Plus models of the Crazy Fast will have a tongue or not. So I have seen a prototype of a like blackout version of the Crazy Fast, and it was laceless, just like the Speed Portal. It looked very similar to the Speed Portal Plus. And this is the Crazylight Plus. It's basically the Crazy Fast, it just says Crazylight Plus. So again, I just don't know. I haven't seen much on this boot at all. Messi's custom pair of, I believe they were Crazy Fast .1s, has his iconic burrito style tongue, and I'll put a photo of that up here as well. So you can kind of see that we've got a couple mixed things here. I don't know if the prototypes were just prototypes. Messi is obviously always going with his burrito style tongue because that's what he loves. And to be honest, Adidas should just make boots again. They should just make Messi boots again, like they had the Messi 15.1s and the 16.1s. People really like those boots. And honestly, if that's what Messi actually likes to wear, why can't we just get what the greatest player in the world is wearing, you know? So, I mean, that was a little side note, but overall, I just don't know what these boots are gonna look like. I'm assuming the .1s will have laces, but I don't know if they'll have a tongue like this or if they'll be a one-piece upper and have laces like the current Speed Flows did, the Speed Portals and the Ghosteds. And that's all I have for you guys today on the new Crazy Fast, or I guess Crazylight Plus. Let me know in the comments your guys' thoughts. Again, I really like talking with you guys down there and just hearing everybody's opinions, so please drop a comment. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next review.